We got a lot to uncover, folks. Welcome back. If you have not done it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And I normally ask everyone if you are buying today, selling today, and holding today. Which one of the big three are you doing? I'll let you know. I sold today. We had a lot of chart action out here. Fingers were crossed. I was looking up to the stock gods, absolutely asking for the charts to continue to show us hope, and we didn't get it. And so a lot of my stop losses were triggered today. The decision to exit some big moves happened today as well. We're going to go over the charts. I look at this as not goodbye, but until we meet again for a lot of the plays I am in. So I did a little bit of risk. It got hit. And now I have to wait until the charts show me what I'm looking for. And I'm going to show you what I am waiting for that 7-digit move. And that's the big thing I'm waiting for. But for right now, I'm just not seeing it. And it's wild because you'll hear people like Tom Lee calling for $7,000 Ethereum by the end of this year. That's what? That's 6-7 weeks? I don't see how we're going to get there. I don't know how he can say 7,000 by year's end. It's rough, and I'm pro crypto. I just can't see it. Now it could be the biggest short squeeze ever, and that would be fantastic. And I'll go over that. But yeah, a lot of you see these articles, the optimism and everything, but man, the charts. People say one thing, but the charts do not. They tell you exactly what's going on, and we're going to go over that. Now, for those who join me in the Discord, I will be trading live tomorrow, and I'm going to put a little extra emphasis on that one because I'm going to have a little bit more fun. I got some more capital, obviously, freed up, so I'm going to go a little bit more higher, a little bit higher risk tomorrow. So if you guys want to learn and come out here and watch me trade 0DTEs as well as teach them. I do teaching usually twice a week. Tomorrow is the day. Click the first link down below. Join before the 50% off is done for the first month. It's automatic when you hit the join button, but if it isn't, just put in fall 50 right here, fall 50. And I'll tell you this right now, if you have not done this, you want to get in there. We have thousands of members, great place. A lot of positivity, man. We got a lot of positivity. Maybe not so much today, with what we're seeing, but people are in there making their moves, man. Jordan Belfort, one of our expert traders, we're riding the waves up and down, and that's what it's about. We come in here, iBeach, there we go, a home run, 100% win. I love seeing it. Crystal, one of our expert traders in there, dropping the wins. Tesla 420, almost like we can't make that up. I love that. Crystal with some more wins in there. Of course, iBeach, cautious day. And yeah, so front and options are one of our expert traders in here dropping wins. Jordan Belfort as well. Arkansas Dog, the dog. I always love seeing him in there. Yeah, let's go. Zane Swanson in the house. Yeah, so if you guys want to come on over, check it out. Like I said, first link down below. Now, I know a lot of people wondering, what are you doing, Mo? I'm going to go over a few things. Crypto, all right? It costs me. It costs me. We'll go over the portfolio later this week as I finish up all my moves. I will tell you this. I am watching right now on shorting this market, and I'm talking aggressively shorting it. I am not there yet. I am getting positioned for it. Today was one of them days I got the positioning for it. You were seeing something. I was just talking to Trade Coach. Trade Coach in the Discord. We were just sitting down, literally going over charts together. And one of the things I'm mentoring him, and he has his MBA. He's a genius, but I'm teaching him the charts. He's been learning for about 1.5 years from me, and he's really good. And so we talked about April, the switch right here. The last time we had the 5 cross over the 50 EMA. Last time we had that 5, you can see we had a test here. It was a fake out, and then we had a push up. All right. So then we had the 5 here. And we pushed big time down. Like, where were we? If you go by when the 5 crossed right here, roughly 521, we went all the way down. I think it was like 400. Yeah, 400. So that was a massive loss. It was well over 20%. And then from 400, we went all the way up, and I was telling them we're at a blow off top. Look at this. We're at 70 on the RSI, 75 on the RSI, and we're all the way up here at 600 and almost 30 something from 400. That's not 50% up. That's 60% gain almost. Let's pull it up on the chart. So, and let's go over this. Was that the SPY? I think I was showing. Was that the Qs? That was the Qs. So let's go over and show the Qs. We'll go Q, boom, 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 put it up, and we'll go 1 year. So right here is where we got low. And look, we topped out at roughly, well, more than 50%. More than 50% because it was 400 to 600 and something. 52.81%. There it was. 52.81%. That's massive. That is a massive, massive move. 50-something% in months in the entire market. Do you think that they're running out of steam? Do you think it is almost done, that they're going to see a little bit of a even, what are we at? 630 something? Say 63 points. Do you believe we see at least a 10% correction? That's it, just 10%. That would take us down to about 570, right in here. And I think that would make sense. You can see it. You can kind of see, and I'll put that line right here. But this is where I think we are going to actually get our first round of support. But that means a drop from where we're at of 600, about 5% down is where I have it. This is a lot of the action here, support. So I believe personally, I'm just going to tell you what I believe. You guys don't have to, I'm making my moves on my portfolio. Not everybody's going to agree with them. But if this holds and pushes, you have a run. If we do not, and all the costs that are being put on consumers and unemployment, the AI's taking jobs away, all these things that we keep hearing about in the news, if that continues to increase, and let alone none of that, just say it's a perfect economy. You have a market that ran 50-something% in months. Do you think as everybody starts to take profit together and the 5 crosses the 50, you're going to have more profit taken, or everybody's going to jump in and buy overvalued? The valuation's based on Buffett alone, the Buffett indicator, massively overvalued. Massively overvalued. And I know the earnings are growing great and everything, but let's just be blunt. Based on a long-term history of this, it's overvalued. And so I look at all this and I say, okay, is more likely we'll hit this support here and then possibly start to move back up. And even then, we don't know. So for now, as we are teasing the 50, if we confirm below the 50, I am not all in anything with this yet, but if that, I was playing that we would bounce back up, we would run at post-government shutdown. The history shows us that blah, blah, blah. It didn't work. This is one of them first times that we're not going to be up after the closure's over. Are we up a week afterwards, a month afterwards? Every time in the last 4 or 5, we've been up a week later. Well, folks, we're almost at a week later, and we're nowhere near being up. If anything, it's dropping. And so, with that being said, there you go. We're right there. So I'm watching to see if that 5, if we confirm underneath the 50 tomorrow, that is the kind of signal I like to see to take that opposite direction. So for anybody watching saying, can you make money on the way up and on the way down? You can. I'm going to try to teach this in this channel. If we get a confirmation of the 5 going underneath the 50, I'm not even hesitating. I am going to play that trend. You're seeing Michael Burry. I know people either love him or hate him, but he uses data, and he sees a lot of the things out there, what he's doing, and the valuations and everything else. So he's in. But there are some other people as well with the Nvidia play that they're getting out for whatever reason. They'll say whatever reason. Oh, we're moving. We had to free up cash for this investment, or we had to free up cash for that investor, or we just had to lock in the gains. And no one has to. If you believe it's going to go higher, you let it go higher. But if you don't, and you see things changing, they start making moves. Look where we're at. Nvidia, absolutely running all the way up, hits the double crust, normally comes down to the 50. The 50 is right here, and we're right on the 50. So right now it's on the 50. If this holds and bounces, we're all right. But if that 5 crosses, I'm going to tell you something. The last time the 5 crossed, right here, down we went. We went from, we'll just say roughly 130 something down to 80 something. That's nasty. That was the last time. And since that 80 something, we're all the way up here. So I am watching this, and we'll see how it goes. But I did get out of my crypto positions. I have sold my crypto positions. My line in the sand has been broke. I told you if we finish underneath this right here for Bitcoin, I am out. That is the line. I'm not messing around. I should have. This was my initial line. I gave it the weekend. I shouldn't have. I should have got out right when I had a couple of lines right here. Was the first one. I said if we confirm, and this was the confirmation. And I should have got out, and I didn't. And it cost me a lot of extra money. All right, we're down another 8K right there times. It probably cost me 25,000 waiting, and that's just on that. Then you go to ETH, and ETH hit me. So ETH hit me. I should have got out back here again around 32, 3,300. I didn't, and now you can see it down there roughly 3,000. We hit my support today, and it could bounce up. The support I had was at 29.50, massive, but the line for me to get out was originally around 3,200 and something. At this point, I'm going to wait for the 5 to cross the 13. If there's a massive green candle, hey, congratulations. Right now, we are right at the bottom, right here. And I got to tell you, I look at the Qs, I look at them selling down, I see the testing of the 50 EMA, I see a lot of big billionaires liquidating a lot of positions. I see Buffett mostly cash. I see the valuations through the roof. Like, I don't want to look back and regret the fact if the markets all of a sudden start to go south, just profit taking. Even though we got M2 moving up, we got some good things, but there's a lot of issues out there. We're talking, is the Fed going to cut? If the Fed doesn't cut in December, it's priced in that they're going to. It's 40-something% chance they are. If they don't cut in December, I am going to tell you that that'll be more downward pressure on prices. So as this starts to go lower and they're pricing in no cut, you will see pressure on the markets. And that's why I think that 5% drop in the Qs should happen, just for a healthiness of the market. And then at that point, after we get through all this right here, December 10th, if that is the case and they don't, and that gets fully priced in, they don't cut, and that's all done, then you have an idea if they're going to cut in January, which right now is around 50%. I would say, 48.7% chance that we'll get a rate cut by January. Now, that's a lot of stuff, right? And XRP, same thing, XRP, what are you doing to me? XRP was holding up the best out of all of them. And when I watched this, we broke the line today. That's what I told you. That's my line. If we miss that line, I'm out. I will come back in again. Don't worry, guys. So 7 digits out. I will be 7 digits back into crypto before you know it. And Solana, the worst performer. And I said it would either be the worst or best. But my line was right here. I waited a couple days. Didn't work. So it probably cost me an extra $50,000 to $100,000 altogether in waiting an extra couple of days. Now you might say, and I know people out there, just hold, you don't take a loss unless you sell. I use the charts. So I should have got out when I broke my support. And that I think this was the tariff talk from China, then the government shutdown lasted. It was just too much, and now the bears are piled in, I think 2-to-1 ratio on the longs when it comes to the whales. So that means the big money really is piling in. It doesn't mean we can't get green candles, and I hope it does. I hope it runs. For now, though, I am setting up for my next big move, and I'm talking big move. You guys know I'm trying to take a little and turn it into a lot. at this point, we will see. The markets are crafty. The Qs are coming down. If this holds and bounces back up, I can quickly, move a substantial amount into it. If it continues down, I am going to be playing the puts and the shorting and all that very aggressively. And if that's interesting to you and you want to see what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button down below. Join the Discord with the first link in the description down below. Use fall 50. It should be automatic, but make sure you get in there. Second link down below, join the wait list for the crypto course. We're going live probably in the next week. So get in there, hit that wait list. We're going to send a code out to you. You're going to have a special code. You're going to be able to use that code, save a ton. And then the last link down below, get that Nvidia promotion through Moomoo. That is the third link. So right there they are. All right, folks, that's it. That's the update. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.